Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in for our midweek update. It's good to be back because we've been gone for a little bit. Nothing's wrong. We were just been, taking care of our personal stuff, and I'm really glad to come back on for this update because a lot of stuff has happened since we saw, since the last time I spoke to you guys, and let's get to it. Let's start off with my like a work update as my dogs bark in the background. But yeah, so at work we got some new hires, right? So sorry guys, like my dog is fucking throwing me off. But yeah, we got some new hires, right? And the new guy, he hits me up, and I'm showing him some stuff like on the computer, and like he was trying to reach out. He was trying to do the small talk, and as I was showing him what to do, he said like, "Hey, so did you watch the game last night?" And I started laughing, and I looked at him, and I shook my head like, "Nah, man, I don't, I'm not into sports, dude. I'm into comedy. I'm into sitcoms and sci-fi stuff." And after I told him that, that was the end of our conversation. And then like the next day, because he sits in front of me, so he popped up from his cubicle, and he was asking me some questions, and then he saw my pencil holder, and they say, "Hey man, what's that pencil holder? Who's that? And, who's that?" And I looked at it, and I'm like, "You mean Captain Benjamin Sisko from Deep Space Nine?" It's like, and then like, of course, he didn't know anything about that or the Borg. So he's like I mean, like he's a nice guy. He's your typical straight guy who loves sports and chicks. So he's doing pretty good so far. But I just find that funny that he's trying to develop like a work friendship, but like we're not compatible. We you know what I mean? Like he loves sports and like all that stuff, you know what I mean? All that boy stuff. And I'm into like the theater, the plays, the comic books, all that. And so we're not, we're from two separate worlds. But yeah, he's doing great. And Ariana, thank you so much. Ariana, you've been reaching out to me about sending me some Lucy clips, and also I checked that out. I checked the Simpsons stuff that you sent me on TikTok. That was cool to see Nancy Cartaway talk about like her experience with the Simpsons. So I really appreciate you sending me those videos. I do check them out. It's like I see you send me those videos when I'm kind of like at work doing multitasking some stuff, and I'm able to watch it, and then I get pulled aside to a different direction, and but I do watch them. I really appreciate you sending me that stuff. But yeah, so that's my work update. That's just, oh, another thing is that they're training me to do a new function at work, so I could work remotely. So today was the first day where I'm stepping away from the tasks that I did for a year, so I could start doing this new task. And like I'm dealing with like these spreadsheets, and I'm looking for documents because like the discrepancies of rates, they're not matching, and I need to figure out where, like, which one's the right one, and send like an email by the end of the week and all that. Like it's like, it sounds like if you don't know what you're doing, it looks like a nightmare. But after I got some clarification from my team lead, I was off and running, and the day went by sort of quick. It still dragged on. By 3 o'clock, I was like over it. So I kind of like, I'll just pick it up tomorrow. And here we are. But yeah, I've been since that's work. So I'm gonna shift to the stuff that I've been watching, because like the last promo that I did for our update, I asked people who watched our show if you guys have any shows, if you guys can recommend any TV shows for me to watch, because I ran out of things to watch. And Joe and Philip and somebody else, I think it was Ariana, you guys were giving me stuff to watch. And with Philip, he told me like he was watching some like country cook-offs, and like I haven't checked those videos out, those episodes out. But like I was checking out this new show, well, not new, but a new show for me. I've been watching You. It's on Netflix because Joe recommended it, and I've been wanting to watch that show as well. And for those who don't know about that show, You, it's about this guy who gets infatuated with this with a girl, and he uses social media to stalk her, and she's completely oblivious throughout like the entire season. And she's like, he's kind of like a Dexter type of character. He's like the anti-hero, where like he does a lot of creepy things, like he does kill people, but like he rationalizes killing these people because like he's trying to save his relationship. and he's fucked up, so he's rationalizing like what he does. And of course they do flashbacks when he was a kid, and try to break down the psychology of what he does. And it's a very like it's a binge worthy show because it always leads off to like I want to watch what happens next because I'm fine. I'm in the second season of You, and I'm invested in the series now, so I need to see it through because I know there's a third season, which dropped I think last year or the year before. So we got it's going pretty good. Yeah, You. It's on Netflix. If you guys like Dexter, I would consider this like the girl version of Dexter because like the guy's a real attractive guy. He's like he's like very charismatic, smooth. Well, I guess Dexter is the same way too, right? But this one's more of like I don't know, like well Dexter he kills like for he kills other serial killers, and this guy he kills anybody who fucks with his relationship, and so they're two anti-heroes, and if you guys love anti-hero stuff, you should check out You. And since we're on the subject of anti-hero, well let's see what Deb said. Yeah, it's a trippy show. Yeah, it's pretty trippy because he's not a like you watch what he does, and he's not like again he's not a good person, you know, but you can't help to watch. So again, since we're on the subject of anti-heroes, I watched this the Joel Cohen Macbeth movie last weekend, and it was really good. And it's like if you guys liked the Romeo and Juliet, Baz Luhrmann and the Hamlet, like those movies that came out in the 90s about with like Shakespeare, like this is basically Shakespeare. It's the whole like dialogue. It's like it's shot in black and white, and it's shot like in a studio, but like they set up everything like it's a set, you know what I mean? Like like the forest, the castle, like you could tell it's a studio and it's meant to look like a play, but like with the shadow, and like everything's really good about that movie. And even though that movie was really good, I know it's going to bore a lot of future middle schoolers for years to come because it's a movie that's going to be taught in middle school for like forever now. It's this is going to be a future. This is going to be a movie that if you the kid he's going to hate hate watching. But if you guys like Macbeth, which if you guys don't know this again, like, if you guys don't know about the story of Macbeth, it's um it's a story about the lust for power. And the main character Macbeth, he wants to become king, and he ends up murdering the king, and he replaces the king as the head guy in the throne. And of course people are upset about it, and he starts fucking some shit up, and he's all doing it in Shakespearean like language. And it's a really good cautionary tale of listening to your spouse. But yeah, you guys should check that out. It's streaming right now on Apple TV. And one of my favorite quotes from Macbeth is "Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires." And when Denzel Washington delivered that line, it was fucking powerful. You felt that he had something dark in his heart, that he lusted for that power as he walked away after talking to the king. And like he delivered that. It was fucking beautiful. You guys should check that out. But yeah, and another thing that I've been watching is a dopey series. It's Chucky, the TV, the doll, the serial killer doll, and it's available to stream right now on Peacock. And I binge watched this series on my own because John and Alex, they thought it was the stupidest thing that they ever seen. And I mean, I don't blame them, but the way, if you guys like the Chucky franchise, you're gonna love the Chucky TV show because it's like everything. If you watch Chucky, like the whole universe of the Chucky uh, lore, like it's all in this TV show. Like Andy and his foster sister come back, like they come into the series. And they're kind of like they play these Pulp Fiction characters where they're killing off all. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but if you guys like Chucky, check out the new Chucky series. Which what I like about this show is that, usually like in these type of shows, the gay characters, they're either like they get murdered, or they're the monsters, or they're like the secondary characters that don't play a role other than being the stereotype homosexuals in the TV show or in the movie. But in this TV show, the main character, like they're middle school kids, and this middle school kid, he's gay, and he's discovering sexuality, and he falls in love with this other middle schooler, and it's very cute. It's very cool to see the main character be as a hero in this TV show, and he's crushing on this one boy, and the other boy's crushing on him, and of course there's they're trying to stop Chucky, and I thought that was a really good move on that creator's part, because I never ever see a TV show where this type this type of genre where the main character is gay, and he's the hero, and he's not a stereotype gay, and it's a good show. It's a good LGBT plus TV show for you to watch. And again, if you like Chucky, you'll like this TV show, because Jennifer Tilly comes back, and it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's one of those shows where don't take it for serious. It's a story about a possessed doll. What can you do? Another TV show that I've been watching. Well, actually, I saw John and me and Alex before John took off to Ventura to sell hustling some solar panels. Uh, we saw Encanto finally on Disney Plus, and that was a really good movie. That was a really good animated movie. And John didn't like it. He thought that it was too musical for it was too much of a musical for him. And I told him, what are you talking about? It's a musical. This is what it's a musical supposed to be. But Alex and me, we both loved the movie. It was really the song don't talk about Bruno is what one of the number one songs other than it surpassed the Frozen song, and it's pretty catchy. um yeah, the only thing that I didn't like about the Encanto is the way it ended, because it felt very abrupt. You know what I mean? Once everything was done, it just the movie was over. I didn't feel eased out of it. It just kind of it's done. We're done. Directed by this. It was yeah, I didn't. You know what? People say that movie made people cry. But I didn't cry. I didn't cry at all, because I'm not human. Nah, it was. I didn't get the waterworks. And Encanto. I got the waterworks in the Spider-Man into the last Spider-Man movie, when Spider-Man met up with Doctor Ock. I got tears in that scene, because it spoke to me. But yeah, see, I bought the soundtrack yesterday. That's funny. Everybody loves the soundtrack of Encanto. It's catchy, and but I'm not going. I'm not. I don't go on YouTube and listen to the songs of Encanto or any other Disney song, because I don't know. I guess I'm just not into that. Once I watch it, I don't. Uh, I guess what I'm saying is that the Disney music is not the type of music that I listen to on YouTube or downloading it. They just exist in the movie to watch. But the only time that I do listen to a soundtrack from a musical is The Little Shop of Horrors, because I really like uh, Down on Skid Row and Suddenly Seymour. I do listen to that from time to time, not on YouTube, because I don't know, it just hits different for me. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys commenting. I appreciate it. Succession. I heard Succession's pretty good. I'll probably check that out next. Thank you, Dina, for commenting. And let's see. And I brought this on. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been watching, Encanto. And there was another thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yes. I don't know if you guys are into the Batman movie that's coming out in March. But last week it was told that it was going to be a 3 hour movie. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes long, and that's the second longest horror. I mean, the second longest superhero movie that's come out besides the Avenger movie that was 3 hours long. I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see the new Batman movie, because it looks pretty. It kind of looks like a wannabe Christopher Nolan Batman, to tell you the truth. But I feel that there's some stuff that in the Christopher Nolan Batman we wanted to see a little bit more of the Batman like the comic book Batman, I guess what I'm saying, like the Tim Burton stuff, or like like more of it, more of the hyped world of Gotham, But yeah, I'm excited to see the Riddler and the Penguin's going to be in the Batman movie, uh, and like I'm kind of turned off by going to the movies right now because like I don't know, I get very irritated with large crowds. You know what I mean? So fuck, man, it's really tough right now because like at the same time, I want to go see the movie in the theater, but I don't want to sit with a bunch of people. And at the same time, I want to wait until the crowd dies down. But at the same time, if I do that, I know the movie's going to be spoiled because of social media, because they're going to bust out the memes. And by like after 2 weeks, if you don't watch the movie, the whole movie's going to be ruined like on social media. So it's kind of like a catch 22. So I need to find like a day where like I probably have to skip work to watch the Batman with like nobody there, And also, they dropped. I don't know if you guys saw the new Pinocchio trailer that dropped for it's going to be a Netflix movie directed by Guillermo del Toro, and they had like a 40-second mini trailer that dropped this week or last week. But Ewan McGregor, he plays the Jiminy Cricket. He plays the cricket, and it looks pretty. It's stop motion. I don't know if you guys remember James and the Giant Peach, but it's very much that stop motion and like the look of it. That type of look, kind of like a Tim Burton type of look. But with this Pinocchio movie, it's like American Gothic, like the way it looks, the design of it. And also this year we're getting another Pinocchio movie. Disney's remaking their own Pinocchio, and that movie is going to be directed by Robert Zemeckis. Who's Robert Zemeckis? He directed Back to the Future, Romancing the Stone, and Forrest Gump. So he's directing the Disney version of Pinocchio. So it's two big directors, So I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them out both. If you guys don't know, Pinocchio is one of my favorite fairy tales or like those type of stories that I grew up with. Like Pinocchio is my favorite Disney movie, and I just love that story. I just love that story about like again, like I guess like because I'm into puppetry and marionettes and all that. That stems from that movie, Pinocchio, and yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch both of them, and I'm gonna I can't compare them in the same because like even though it's the same story, it's two separate visions, I'm not going to compare them. I'm not going to see which one's better than the other one because they're two different styles, two different visions of Pinocchio. So I'm going to watch them, and I'm not going to judge either one comparing them to either one. So I can't wait to watch that. And it sucks because like the movie comes out like by the end of the year, so I gotta I gotta make sure I don't get hit by a car. But yeah. If let me see what you guys. Yeah, who's sexy? Who's sexy? um, but yeah, if you guys are watching this on Facebook, please remember to follow. And if you guys can, please go on YouTube and hit like and subscribe and smash that notification bell to catch our latest episodes of Casually Christian. And also, please, if you guys have Spotify, please follow us on Spotify. We're trying to reach 50 followers, and we're on our way. We still need a little bit more, maybe like I think 30 more followers to reach that goal. But if you guys haven't, go on Spotify, follow us, and share it with your family and your friends, your coworkers, like I did. But yeah, please do that. It'll help our channel and our podcast a lot. And the next time we'll see each other will be soon. And so hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Like this week is really dragging by. Like I was at work today. I'm like, dude, it's fucking only Wednesday, and now in my head I thought it was Thursday. I'm like, I'm already out. I'm already over it. I want to go home. I want to go home. So yeah, tomorrow's another day, guys. That's we'll get through it together. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, and take care. Bye, guys. Bye.